Take 3.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the talk show where we interview people from short stories. Today, we have this special guest. So your name's Doodle, correct?
That's me. I'm Doodle.
So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, my real name's not actually Doodle, in case you couldn't tell. I'm William Armstrong, and so basically, when I was born, I looked a little bit different. You know, I had some redder skin from, I don't know what was going on, but it was pretty early on in the 1900s, and we had no idea what was going on, so I just looked a little different. And my family at first thought that I wasn't up here either. They was like, ooh, this kid's gonna be dumb. But what do you know? I turned out to be a pretty smart kid.
I mean, yeah, look at you now. So tell me, how do you feel that people view you as different than them?
It can be hard because people have different expectations of me, and so they always expect me to do different things, and they're always pushing me to do things, but I really can't because, you know, mentally I'm doing fine, but physically, you know, I can't really walk that well or do anything like that.
So against the odds, everybody thought you couldn't, but you did learn to walk, right?
Mm-hmm, I did.
All right.
Yeah. So that was quite the experience. My brother actually took me out to the old maple tree in the backyard, and, you know, every day we'd go out there and strengthen my legs, and eventually I just learned to walk.
So ever since that day that you did learn to walk under that tree, did you think that maybe your brother was just ashamed of you and was doing it for his own pride and not for the sake of yourself?
Well, I mean, now I'm 21, so I can see things differently. But back then, I had no clue. See, I thought he's just helping me. You know, he's my big brother. He was my idol back then. But now I can see that he's just really annoying and selfish. So, yeah, he did it all for his own pride because he couldn't stand to see me as his little brother.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on to this segment of the show. And I guess I'll see you. Have a great day.
Yep, you too, sir.
And now, to the commercial break. All right, ladies and gentlemen, after that short commercial break, welcome back to tonight's show. Now, we're interviewing a special guest named Fortunato.
Woo-hoo! Yeah, woohoo!
So, Fortunato, how's your day today?
I'm dead.
All right, then. So, can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Well, for years, I've been collecting my collection of wine. And I must say, I'm probably the best taster in the world.
Ah, that's a little prideful. That's a little prideful right there. You really think you're the best taster in the world?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
You know what would your friends have to say about that?
Yeah, I'd say the same thing. Yeah.
So, could you tell me about your friend Montresor?
If I'm going to be completely honest with you, he was pretty mean. He killed me.
Hey, he's a pretty big trickster, ain't he?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's safe to say he played you on your pride, didn't you? He realized you were a very arrogant person and played on that.
I'm just honest.
So, did you ever think that maybe it's because your pride that got you killed? Maybe you're not as good as you think?
No!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. On this segment of the show, we have an ex-lawyer, actually. He's got quite the amount of money. He's going to be talking to us about the past 15 years of his life. Quite interesting, actually. Why don't you come on in?
Woo! Woo!
Ah!
I'm
Thank you for having me on your show.
Oh, yeah, no
tonight.
problem, man.
All right, so yeah, these past 15 years they've been a rough one. So let me just elaborate on, what happened. So, I'm now smarter than everybody else.
Clearly.
Yeah. So, 15 years ago, I was at this party, right?
Mm-hmm.
I met this arrogant banker. He was having an argument with me. We were talking about whether it would be better for life imprisonment, which is what I believe, instead of executing somebody, because, obviously that's the right move. I know I'm right. And so he made a bet with me to stay confined for originally it was 5 years for $2 million. But me being me, because I'm better than him.
Because obviously
Yeah.
you're better than him.
I bet him $2 million for 15 years. He thought I'd never do it. But here I am now.
So why were you so confident that you could stay for 15 years?
Me being me.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm better than him, and I know I'm right. I know that I'm right. Okay.
So how'd it go?
Well, the first few years were rough. I was playing music quite a bit.
Mhm.
It was a very fun time. Then I found this thing called a book,
Wow.
and I was very interested in learning and everything. You know,
Mhm.
it became some depressing and lonely times. You know what? I got over it. I really did. Around the 10th year, I was normal. I was fine. I was reading up. I was getting really smart. But upon that 14th year, right going up to the 15th, you
Mhm.
know, I had an epiphany. Okay,
Mhm.
I realized that this is pointless. I know that I'm smarter than everybody else. Okay,
Mhm.
and
Kind of a prideful point of view, if I might say.
I'm being it's brutally honest. That's what it is. I spent 14 years of my life dedicated to this one dumb thing now that I look back on it. But here I am now, I read up. I'm very smart. And what I realized right before the end is just it's pointless. It really is. And you know what? 5 minutes before the end, I realized this is the stupidest thing ever and I don't want to be part of this anymore.
Mm-hmm. So what'd you do?
I walked out.
You walked out?
5
wait,
minutes.
Mister, we need to fit. Commercial break.
I'm too broke to get a sponsor.
Welcome back. I'm too poor to hire another guy because I just had to fire our
Cut man.
cut man.
Okay.
All right, so coming back, right? So you lost a necklace and you searched frantically for it, but
Frantically.
you didn't tell Mademoiselle you lost it.
No, because I just really didn't feel like it. Because, you know, if I told her, then she would think of me as a terrible friend. So what we did was we took out a big loan. And we paid the whole thing off and gave it right to her right away. But then, for the next 10 years, up until this point, we've been paying it off, and so now we're dirt poor. And I don't know if you heard in the news, but recently, my friend came up to me, and she barely recognized me because, you know, I'm ugly now. And so, I'm ugly, and she came up to me and she told me the necklace I gave back to her was real, but the necklace she gave to me was fake.
So in the heat of the moment, did you stop to think that maybe you should just been a good person and just told her?
Nope. My pride held me back. I couldn't tell her.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on the show, and that will end tonight's segments for the show. I'll see you next time at 9 o'clock.